Paul Blart Mall Cop is one of those films that is just so easy to watch, regardless of what mood you're in. And if you're in not the best of moods, I find that certainly with me, it just makes me feel better. It's casual viewing, but it's really engaging, and it's a film that I will happily watch again and again. I have seen the sequel. I won't talk about the sequel here, but I did like the sequel, but not really as much as the first film. But that's not saying much, because this 2009 film is great. Really surprised to see that it only has a rating of 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb and 39 Metascore from Metacritic. That's not right. It's written by Steve Carr and directed by Steve Carr, written by Kevin James and also Nick Bakay. I have to point out that I didn't know Bakay wrote this when I was watching it, so that did not affect my opinions, but, you know, me being obsessed with Sabrina as I am, it could have done, but it's just an added bonus. And Kevin James also stars in this, of course, as Paul Blart, and Paul Blart is a mall cop. And it's, on the surface, basically about all of the antics he gets up to as a mall cop. He is a security guard in this shopping centre, and I wouldn't say the power goes to his head, but I'd say he maybe takes his job a little bit too seriously. But suddenly these criminals are planning on taking over the shopping centre, and, you know, he has to up his game and really help to save the day. And it's beautifully funny. And I think the reason it's really funny and entertaining is because Kevin James is just fantastic. He wrote it, so I don't even know if there ever was any consideration for anybody else in this role, but I think, well, I can't even imagine anybody else doing this role. He just was born for this part. He absolutely nailed it. The development of the narrative is very good. It's not just day one, here's Paul Blart, day two, everything's about to go wrong for him. We get to know him as a person, we get to kind of see his character develop and understand who he is. I think he's a really likeable character. He's not the most fit and healthy, which obviously results in some, well, very comedic scenes, to say the least. And I think it's always entertaining. Most comedies, when they have a cop or a security guard, they tend to be not the fittest and healthiest, because seeing them bumbling after these criminals is just something that we seem to enjoy. And certainly this is pulled off very, very well. The set design is brilliant. The design of the mall is, you know, is really great. I'm assuming it was a set design. It was filmed partly in Hanscom Field Airport in Bedford in Massachusetts. It was also filmed partly in the South Shore Plaza and the North Shore Mall. So I'm not 100% sure which bits of it were sets and which bits were aspects of existing shopping centres. I believe a lot of it was actually filmed in Burlington Mall, but the decision they made to film it there is very good. I'd quite like to visit Burlington Mall. I am actually going over to Massachusetts next year, but I don't think I'll be stopping off there. If only Paul Blart would be there, maybe I would. It's a good film. I really like it. The ratings really surprised me. I don't think it deserves such low ratings. It's good fun, very well acted. You know, the narrative's engaging, it's funny. If you want to just have a background film, then it's one that you can put on in the background and kind of dip in and out of and not pay too much attention to. But at the same time, it's one that you can sit down and watch and be engaged by and genuinely enjoy. So I think what you want out of the film is pretty much what you'll get back from it. And that's always a beautiful thing with a film, because you can pay attention or you can just have it as a comfort. Personally, I think it's great either way. If you haven't seen it, don't be put off by the ratings. Please give it a go. I'd love to know what you think. Paul Blart Mall Cop is a lot of fun.